Breaking news first here tonight at 5 o'clock. We have a brand new update as Shively and Louisville Metro Police have arrested 5 people in connection with a deadly shooting that happened on 7th Street Road earlier this month. Hello, everybody. It's our top story. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Today, LMPD shared that a juvenile and 4 others were arrested and charged with murder and assault following an investigation in a double shooting in Shively earlier this month. Now, that shooting happened at Club 7 on 7th Street Road at about 3:20 in the morning. 1 man died, another was injured. Police arrested 3 others, but they say the arrests are unrelated with that double shooting.
Right here tonight, sparks flying at the longest State of the Union address in history last night. The annual speech to Congress featured an animated back and forth between President Donald Trump and 2 Democratic congresswomen over immigration and U.S. border security.
The president challenged lawmakers to stand up and support his statement that the government's top duty is to, quote, protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. While Republicans stood and applauded, Democrats remained seated. Trump reacted. Take a listen.
You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases,
You can see Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar shouting at Trump there. Omar repeatedly heard shouting, "You have killed Americans." Her state of Minnesota was the site of 2 fatal shootings of U.S. citizens by ICE agents earlier this year. And back here at home, a Louisville father and chef here in the U.S. with work authorization is appealing his deportation order.
His bosses at Houck's Corner, the bar and grill in the Schnitzelburg neighborhood, were shocked by the move. Our Ian Hardwitt is talking with the attorney who they hired today.
This is the lowest hanging fruit you can have. This is a man that reported in, doing what he's supposed to be doing, lawfully employed.
Frank Muscagni represents Aldo Soto Pantoja, the current chef at Houck's Corner Bar and Grill. He has a Kentucky driver's license, federal work authorization, and a Social Security card approved by Homeland Security. ICE wants the Cuban out of America, claiming he's a criminal in the country illegally. In 2023, Soto Pantoja was charged with assault.
It was a disagreement between him and another gentleman.
Muscagni says his client was never actually convicted and that when he came for pretrial diversion, he was actually arrested by ICE agents. The diversion program required monthly check-ins, drug tests, and proof of employment. After 3 more years of compliance, Soto Pantoja could have his charge expunged. Just a couple days before Soto Pantoja was detained, he was promoted to one of the lead chef positions here at Houck's Corner, a Schnitzelburg neighborhood bar. With that job, he paid taxes, state and federal.
we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Under President Donald Trump, Homeland Security reports a 92% drop in border crossings from the Biden era. Across the country, sheriffs increasingly signed 287G partnerships with ICE. For example, in Grayson County, where Sheriff Norman Chaffins says deputies serve immigration warrants with ICE. In an email, he tells us, quote, "The last illegal criminal we removed from Grayson County raped his own daughter and was living in our country. 2 other illegals were with him, and they were also removed."
This gentleman is the absolute exception to the bad people that stab people and rape people and murder people and all that stuff. I get that.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard.
Muscagni says his client fits that bill, and he deserves the applause.
To make a better life like my grandfather did for me from Italy in 1896.
Soto Pantoja is currently seeking citizenship through asylum. Reporting in Louisville, Ian Hardwitt for WHAS11 News, on your side.
Well, a deportation hearing is set for April 22nd.
Soto Pantoja is being held right now in the Oldham County Detention Center. That is a federal holding center.
Meantime, a win in Michigan for anti-immigration protesters. Last night, leaders in Michigan voted unanimously this week to halt plans to convert a warehouse into an ICE detention center during a city council meeting last night. The mayor said the city will not issue a permit or certificate of occupancy unless mandated by a federal judge to do so.
All right, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Mallory Schnell. And we felt the warm up today, Mallory, and now I'm seeing the green all over the radar. And it's not even St. Patrick's Day yet.
Well, that's true. But we're going to have the green, right? But it's going to be a nicer couple of days after that.
Right. And even the green that we have, the showers that we do have tonight and into tomorrow morning, don't look to amount to much for most of us. Really, the greatest chance for some higher rainfall accumulations will be closer to the Tennessee border and actually into Tennessee. Even though we're seeing some radar return south of the parkways right now, a lot of this might not even be reaching the ground. That's because our dew points have been drier in the 20s and 30s. The atmosphere is trying to get saturated, and we do have a stationary front over us, so that will provide the boundary for some shower chances this evening, tonight, and into the first half of tomorrow. But a live look outside from our Bachman Auto Group U of L health camera. We did have some sunshine earlier this afternoon. Clouds are rolling back in. Temperatures definitely warmer than yesterday. We have climbed into the 50s area wide. We're at 56 in Louisville and in Shepherdsville, 55 in E-Town, 54 in Brandenburg, 53 degrees currently in Seymour. And your hourly planner throughout the rest of this evening, expect mostly cloudy conditions. Temperatures dropping into the 40s, eventually the upper 30s early tomorrow morning. And here are those showers later on tonight and into early tomorrow. So for the bus stop, the kiddos may run into a shower, but by the afternoon, looking quite nice with more sunshine and highs in the 50s. I'll let you know when 60s return to the forecast. That's coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, Mallory, thank you. Right now, an employee at South Oldham High School is behind bars, accused of trying to sexually abuse a teenager. Police say 27-year-old Michael Couch used Snapchat to meet a 17-year-old girl in Elizabethtown in January, knowing she was underage. Detectives say the teen alerted a friend before that meeting, and the friend's father arrived, stopping the encounter. Leaders at the school say the teen is not a student there, and no students were involved. They say Couch worked in the back of the cafeteria and had no direct contact with students. He's being held in the Hardin County Detention Center on a $10,000 bond.
And the Spencer County School Board, the district there, voting to approve a preliminary plan that cuts jobs and increases classroom sizes. This all comes as the district discovered an inaccurate revenue projection. It was just a mistake. The inaccurate projection was to the tune of $1.5 million. That's a lot to a small district like Spencer County. On Tuesday, the superintendent presented a preliminary staffing plan to the school board aimed at saving the district money, recommending cutting around 20 jobs from the district. A number of Spencer County teachers were in attendance last night opposing the board's plan. Now, the board did vote 3-2 in favor of the preliminary staffing allocation.
Well, new tonight in Oldham County, teachers and staff will see another pay bump next school year. During the Oldham County Board of Education's meeting Monday, the school board tentatively approved a 3% pay increase for classified and certified staff for next school year. The latest pay increase comes after multiple pay increases and stipends for Oldham County school employees since the 2022-23 school year.
After weeks of meetings and discussion, the TARC Board of Directors has approved the new fare increases, which were proposed back in January. Yeah,
this is the first fare increase for TARC since 2012, and those new prices will start this Monday. Adult prices will rise by an extra 50 cents. Students and seniors will pay an additional 20 cents. These changes to the fare put Louisville's rate at around the same as Cincinnati's Metro and Cleveland's RTA.
The TARC Executive Director Ozzie Gibson says the adjusted rates are to prepare for the launch of the new TARC network in August, which he hopes will help bring back TARC riders.
If I tell you, hey, that route's going out and today it doesn't go out and you get a text saying, hey, your route's been canceled, you're probably not going to ride it again. So, we've got some years to overcome to show the community our value and that we are reliable and we are on time.
Gibson added the rate increases are also due to the budget shortfall that TARC is currently operating under, an increase in overhead costs, and a decline in TARC riders. Coughing and sniffles. It's that time of year in Kentuckiana again. The flu on the rise. Our Conroy Deluche is talking to experts that say there's a connection between the cases and the vaccine rates. Right after this.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions $458 million, Powerball $218 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.